Hello everyone, this is Joe for Soft Corners, and for today's video I'm going to show off something a little bit different for my channel here. The whole basis for this video came up this past Sunday. My wife and I and some of her family went to the best way to describe it's kind of like an antique mall consignment store type place. It's in what used to be some sort of huge factory or warehouse, and there's a lot of just craft items, but then there's a lot of antique stuff, and it's all like just booths, cases and stuff like that, like a consignment mall where everything's just stickered with a different initial for whoever it belongs to. So every few months or so we end up going there. There's definitely always cards there. There's very little vintage ever. A lot of it is just cards that people might end up with somehow. That's a lot of like, junk wax type stuff that people think they have something, but it's not really anything, and it's stickered really high. There is one guy that has a case that has some newer stuff in, and some like stars or rookies or so from the 90s and 2000s. Every now and then has some like rookies from the 70s in. So I usually look there, and on top of everything's under like lock. They have to get somebody to open it, but on top then there's a boxes usually that are like, the cards are all $1 or so. So I was just looking through those and found a couple things that all either I just thought were cool cards or hit a couple different PCs. And all these, I have 9 cards here, and all these were $1 a piece, and the last one was $2. And then after I show those off, I'll give a little story. I have a this is what I was referring to as a little different. I have it's a kind of a Christy Mathewson type item, so I'll show that off then and have a little story about that. So first, here are the pickups. I love Topps Finest. So this is, I believe, a 1997 Mystery Finest refractor, Tino Martinez. So I just thought a refractor from that was pretty cool. I don't know if these are the ones that are called the 4-in-1s, or if it's just showing the interleague matchup on the back there. But so I mean, Jeter's is pictured on the back, but not technically a card of him. This is a 2004 Topps Mark Teixeira rookie cup, and this is the gold, numbered out of 2004 there. Teixeira's someone who I think actually should have a little bit more. I think ultimately I'd say still ends up in the Hall of Very Good, but I think he has around like 58 WAR. I know like 409. I know he has over 400 home runs, and I think he actually won like 5 Gold Gloves. So I don't know, just somebody who I always thought was a very good hitter. Never really struck out a ton. I just thought that was a cool gold rookie cup card. So I have 2 Jeff Bagwell cards here. Always liked Bagwell. I mean, growing up and collecting in the 90s, he was just a cool player and had some great numbers. This one's this is from 98, Donruss Leaf Rookies and Stars, and this is numbered out 2500 Greatest Hits. And this is from 2001 Donruss Long Ball Leaders. This one's numbered out of 1000. From 2017 Topps Chrome, here's the JT Realmuto X-Fractor. 2010 Bowman Platinum. There's a Chase Utley. I don't know if these were called refractors for sure, or just foil, because it's not technically a chrome card, it's more foil, but this one's numbered out of 999. So this is a side PC guy I'll have to show off sometime, but it's Pedro Martinez, and these are from 1998 SPX trade wins. So there were two of these. I just picked them both up because they're both numbered out of 4,000. And then last, this is the one that was $2. This is a 2005 Donruss Zenith Epics, Jim Tomei. You can kind of see the foil pattern there. And this is a green, numbered out of 50. So I mean, mostly everything was numbered there, so I thought they were just pretty cool. So I didn't know if I was going to make a video just of those pickups, but at the same time, while I was there, I started thinking about this item I picked up at the same place about a year ago. And I think I went there and was looking to pick up some cards, and I don't think there was much I really wanted. I didn't want to force myself to pick anything up. So then there's one booth, or a guy has a bunch of old books and just a lot of really neat old documents, like railroad certificates and some stock certificates, stuff like that. And then had a bunch of postcards. And at the time, I was watching some people do videos on older, player postcards, and when I was looking through the postcards, I was really hoping I could find something like that. What I did find was this. So it's not specifically a postcard of Christy Mathewson, but a little backstory here. So this antique mall place is actually in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, which is also the home of Bucknell University. So Christy Mathewson was born in Pennsylvania, in northeastern Pennsylvania, in a little town called Factoryville. And then he went to college and played baseball. He also, I know he played football for sure, because he played that pro a little bit. And I think, I'm not sure the other, I think he might have also played basketball and like track and field or something like that. But before I say any of this, I'm not any kind of expert on Christy Mathewson. Much of the info I just got was just from Wikipedia or Baseball Reference, but just for this story, I thought I'd just shed a little backlight. So he went to Bucknell University and is actually buried, I believe, across the street from it in the Lewisburg Cemetery. So the guy that ran that little booth was actually there putting stuff in, and when I had asked about anything sports related, he just mentioned that about Christy Mathewson, who at the time I did not know was born in Pennsylvania, and I did not know went to Bucknell. So I just found that interesting. And so what this is a postcard of this is just the Christy Mathewson Memorial Gateway, which is just the entrance to the football stadium, I believe, at Bucknell. And so Christy Mathewson died in 1925 from tuberculosis. I believe this stadium was built in 1924. So I don't know. In my research, I think just because he went to Bucknell and because of how famous and successful of a pitcher in the major leagues he was, I think they just named it after him. Just the Gateway. I think later, I think they said in 1989 the stadium was renovated, and I believe they named the whole stadium after him then. If anybody knows any different, you can correct me in the comments. But so just to give the dates there, because this is actually filled out and postmarked on the back September 18th, 1929. And I thought this, just the way people spoke, and maybe the customs back then were just a little different. So I'll just read. It just says, hello, Grace. Well, regular school started today. All freshy rules are on. Tonight's the pajama party for freshmen. Don't be afraid to write. I think it's just saying all that's necessary is to address it to General something at Lewisburg. By the way, how'd you like the gateway to the stadium in the picture? Nelson, and this is addressed to Miss Grace Rice from Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. So at the time, I thought I was going to start getting into postcards. This was I have two other ones that aren't related to sports I bought that day, but this was, I believe, the first and only day where I was into postcards. It might be something I might like to get to in the future. I mean, I would definitely want to. I like anything like this that's actually filled out and postmarked. So I mean, any of these postcards could be from a certain time, but that they're actually printed from. But to be able to, a lot of them don't have the dates on them, but to be able to see when it's actually postmarked, I mean, that gives a reference to when it was from. So not necessarily a postcard of Christy Mathewson, but an item kind of related to him, and something I thought was just really cool and a cool story. So if anybody has any comments on this or any more info about it, if you know anything, just let me know down in the comments. And with that, I'll just leave you with it. Just remember, any card or postcard can be great looking, even if it has 4 soft corners. Thank you.